A High Court judge, Justice Swift, will give his decision regarding the judicial review challenge against the Foreign Secretary brought on behalf of separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu in writing at a late date, Politics Nigeria can report. Recall British Nigerian citizen Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, a prominent separatist movement proscribed in Nigeria, was arrested and detained in Kenya in June 2021 before being flown on a private plane to Nigeria. Kanu's family has accused successive United Kingdom UK Foreign Secretaries, first Liz Truss, then Dominic Raab and now James Cleverly, of unlawfully failing to act despite clear and overwhelming evidence of extraordinary rendition, including a determination to that effect from the United Nations UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, and an admission by the Nigeria government that Kanu was transferred by its security services without any warrants of arrest or extradition. At the Royal Court of Justice, London on Tuesday, where Kanu's complaint was heard, James Ed Casey for the Foreign Secretary said in written submission that there had been and continues to be both considerable diplomatic engagement and consular assistance in Kanu's case. However, the IPOB leaders camp objected and said the Foreign Secretary is not doing enough. Following Tuesday's session, the Judge Swift said he will consider whether the Foreign Secretary has acted lawfully to date in refusing to reach a firm view on Kanu's extraordinary rendition at a future date. So the date has not been fixed. They said they are doing something, but the family said you are not doing enough at all. The family said you are not doing enough, that they have counted a lot of people who are in that position who ought to have done the needful, but they have not done enough, which we even complain. The good news is that they are getting judgments. He has gotten judgments, good judgments at that, in the Nigerian courts. But unfortunately, those who think that they are larger than life, they don't want to release him. They don't want to release him. So it is not by, oh, UN said this, because UN has even done their own due diligence. They have done their investigation, and they came up with, leave this man alone. Leave this man alone. You didn't do the right thing. You are supposed to be the ones to be answering some questions. The Nigerian government and the Kenyan government, you are supposed to be answering some questions, which maybe that will come at later days or whatever. But as far as they were concerned, as at when they gave that verdict, was to allow to tell Nigerian government to release a Nnamdi Kanu. So then a lot of people were saying, oh, Nigeria is a sovereign country. You cannot come and tell us what to do. You cannot come and tell us what to do. But at the end of the day, they still went through round their own courts. The man still won them. When I hear that statement, that I will see win your own courts, I'll say, "Abe, Nnamdi Kanu too, they make maths. Not be which kind go win them. These kind people, with these people surrounded by this, with this kind of set of people. But as God we have it, and which happened." So they could not believe their eyes. They couldn't believe their eyes. So, but the problem we're having is that if he was to be American citizen, I don't think all this rubbish that this UK is doing will be happening. They are just pussy-footy. They say they are doing, what are you doing? We have not even heard concrete statements from you people. Concrete statements we've not heard from you people. And that is why the brother is going the way he's going. They say they are going to hear that, because how can that be? If you are doing something, if you have done something, the family members will know. The people will know. The lawyers themselves will know. But they are not concerned. They are not concerned about the welfare of the man. And we are even hearing that he is very sick now. British are playing politics with our oil. They have lost Russia. They will soon lose Biafra oil. Let me see how they will survive. It's 100 years is like a day. The judgment day is fast approach. Well, somebody say anybody who say anything negative to Nnamdi Kanu will collect. One thing is that British are not serious, but they will see where it will end. Well, Southeast problem is UK. They fail to say the truth and fail to act on truth. Federal government released Nnamdi Kanu. You see those one who are hailing Buhari. In fact, that man, honestly, the same set of people are the same people hailing those who are made this country uncomfortable, ungovernable for everybody. Uncomfortable because I don't. These guys are just doing their own. Shey Buhari don't go UK now, he don't come back. He was telling us how they were asking him about whether he has house in the UK or not, but he didn't tell us what they talked about Nnamdi Kanu. Uprising from the British Court of Justice was very reassuring developments. Well, Kanu has won the case because these evil governments love to do evil. They are still holding the guiltless. Nigeria Fulani government cannot act without British government. Whenever Nigeria Fulani government said that he is traveling to Britain for a medical checkup, he is traveling to British for a political checkup and solution checkups. It's good to take their high commissions to court. Let them know that Biafra knows what they are doing. British is playing policies with our oil. Very soon it will end. PTUN or Nigeria, all of you should do. All what you need to do is to free Nnamdi Kanu to exercise his freedom or rights as citizens. Please, objection overruled. What is the face of the people's life lost as well as the military personnel killed by the orders of Nnamdi Kanu? They never go court. Why is the court? Did they not present all those things? You are asking. You should ask what the court did about that. Somebody is asking this question. Somebody that has gone through court and the court has vindicated him, discharged him. You are asking. Who are you asking? You should be able to ask the judge now because all of those things are put before the judge or before the court. If Britain says truth all about the oil of Southeast and South boost British economy will dwindle. So they use Yoruba and Fulani to achieve their trickish over Nigeria. May they release Kanu. This is unjustifiable case, but for your information, Biafra no get oil. Now South get oil. No be East get oil. Stop mistaking South for East. Well, a snake doesn't even have children without long tails. The British governed Nigeria since Nigerian government does not care for our citizens. Does anyone expect British to care for citizens as well, especially when you are just a secondary citizen? Shame to British, their own citizens look at what Buhari is doing him. Since how many years they keep dormant? It's just it's unheard of. It's unheard of. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this.